Exoprimal has you being thrown through dimensions to participate in the War Games, a battle to the death run by the artificial intelligence overlord known as Leviathan. Provide good combat data for the AI, whilst trying your best not to fall into the never-ending hordes. Oh, and one teeny tiny detail, they're hordes of dinosaurs. Welcome to Dave's Reviews, where we play games in front of a live audience over on Twitch, and then review them for your future reference. Exoprimal, developed by legendary Japanese developer Capcom, came to Xbox Game Pass and Steam in July of 2023. With a somber launch of about 5,000 peak players on Steam, it might have been a worrying launch if there hadn't been 1 million players registered in 2 weeks, with the majority of those coming from the Xbox platform, perhaps Game Pass being to blame. Before we get into the juicy details, don't forget to let us know if you've played Exoprimal because of this review by giving us a thumbs up. Exoprimal is a team-based first-person shooter where the main hook is the inclusion of dinosaurs. Seeing an endless wave of raptors flooding in the zone looks very alike to the massive zombies in World War Z. And feeling even better than it looks, lobbing grenades smack bang in the middle of them. The art team delivered with Exoprimal. The dinosaurs look amazing, from the models and textures to the clean and vicious animations across the 13 basic dinosaur types and the 10 Neosaurs, the mutated dinosaurs. You will not be getting bored at the dino roster here. Once you are done oogling over the Carnotaurus that just spawned, you can pick up the general gameplay loop quite quickly. You will join the multiplayer queue for either PvP, PvE, or both. All game types will have 2 teams, where you are trying to complete the randomly drawn objectives as quickly as possible. The only difference between PvE and PvP is the final round. In PvP, you will attack each other in the last round. In PvE, you can still invade the opposing team given certain conditions, but you'll invade as a player-controlled dinosaur rather than just going full FPS mode. As you play through the rounds, you will get XP for the exosuit you entered in as. This XP will allow your exosuit to get stronger and unlock different weapons and abilities. You'll also earn in-game currency each round, which can be used to upgrade abilities and unlock different exosuits. It appears there are only 3 maps that you play early on. That's how many I played on during my climb to level 39. There are a couple of different paths through each map, but aesthetically, it all looks the same and a lot of the key points are being reused. This is what ends up getting boring. Reddit tells me there are a few more maps that are level locked along with some different game modes, but I'm at level 39, I've put like 4 hours into this game, give me more. The 2 game modes I got to play with are almost the same. One, you walk free-form to different key locations to complete objectives, usually the holdout waves trying to stop you. The other is you push a car to key locations and hold out waves trying to stop your car. They're very similar. I got bored of these game modes and maps quite quickly, which made me pause and think about why does this game have 6 tracks, 2 game modes, but I'm already bored. Whereas I've been playing games like League of Legends for years, and I'm still going strong with that, with only 1 map. The answer came to me. Exoprimal has a very low skill ceiling. As a majority of the focus is on PvE, the main improvements to your gameplay come from your exosuit. As long as you can point your crosshair at dinos and use the grenade launcher to make the dino rain occur, there isn't much to it. Even in PvP mode, I felt like I was dominating against the team when it came down to the firefight. I like the mindless slaughter of dinosaurs, but the combination of a low skill ceiling and the repetitiveness is what will limit the life this game has in our libraries. To help combat this, I have some ideas. I think Capcom needs to keep the game fresh with more modifiers, more maps, more objectives. And more objectives that focus on better collaboration with your team, rather than just standing in a certain spot. Modifiers Capcom already has, but only in the form of Neosaurs that spawn randomly after you hit a certain level. Expand this. Make them available earlier, maybe tie some of them to weather conditions to make a more ominous atmosphere. Maybe make some of them a bit more relaxed and goofy, like shooting snowmen to unlock a frost buff. Also, go less hard on the cutscenes. They are great. They're well directed and they tell an intriguing story. But it must be chewing into that development cost. As a multiplayer experience, the story is fluff and sometimes even gets in the way. When you're playing in a party, you just want to hop in another game, but then a new cutscene automatically plays, ruining that pacing you are having. Exoprimal does offer another form of story in the form of the archive, which are a bit more bite-sized and less invasive of the overall experience. Continue to put your story here. It's easy to digest in between rounds and will still allow your fantastic creative team to express the story they wish to tell. You need to lower the cost, Capcom. Exoprimal is good at what it set out to do. A beautiful, well-optimized game that fulfills our main character complex as we mow down hordes of dinos. But I can't remember the last time I had to pay $90 for a multiplayer-only experience. You have to lower the price. $90 is way too much for the experience as it stands. But I do see where some of that money went. The vast landscapes, the dinosaur models, textures and animations, and the cutscenes. But I don't feel comfortable recommending people spend that much on it. Lower the price and do a premium store. I personally have zero problems with games having cosmetic store, and this game could make good use of one. Title Update 3 landed partway through me writing this review, so some things may have changed. If you have Xbox Game Pass, I would recommend checking it out for a weekend, because at its core, I do think it's a fun game. It just needs some realignment to keep it installed on your device just a little bit longer. But what do I know? It did have 1 million players at some point. I rate Exoprimal 6 out of 10 for a good weekend with the boys. We originally played this game live over on Twitch and were able to gather immediate feedback from you, our community. If you would like to participate in this conversation, come on over there. There will be a link to the stream and the game in the description below. If this review helped answer your burning questions about Exoprimal, please like the video, as it helps us out quite a bit. And if you want to see our next review, hit the subscribe button so you get notified when it's out.